Hi guys, I am here. I was going to go live a minute ago and then I had to go and take my tablets and then the dragon woke up. So today we're here to do skin. If we're doing this together then great. If you're going to go away from this and do it then, fantastic. So that is what we're going to do today. I did pick out 3 books, but I think I've settled on Jasmine Beckett's Mermaid's book. We're going to be using Prismacolors today, and that's what we're going to be up to. So I'm getting my chat open so I can see if anyone's here. Hey Jen, I'm getting round to answering you, lovely. I'll get round to all my messages. I've had so many. I was like, oh, hi Melissa. That's okay. Hiya, hi guys. Right, so the one today that I did choose, and I thought, I chose loads. Look at the amount of sticky notes I've got. And then I thought, you know what? Let me go for the first one that I picked, which was a nice big face, which was this one out of the Jasmine Beckett's Mermaids. I thought Jasmine Beckett was a good one to go with in terms of the size of her faces are nice and big, that I can get a lot of shading done. So yeah, we won't hang around too much today because I know there's quite a few people that are probably thinking, like, stop talking to me. So yeah, let me just flatten this out a bit. We're going to be using Prismacolors. If you're doing this with me, the ones I've put out in front of me are quite a lot. We probably won't use them all, but your main ones are going to be your light peach, which is PC 927. Your henna, which is PC 1031, I think. Then you need definitely espresso, which is PC 1099. And then we need nectar, which is PC 1092. And then you need black, which is PC 935. Then you need the white one, which is PC 938. And then I will be putting peach in as well, which is 939. And I'm still debating on these two, but I've got them out. So get them out just in case you want them. Hi, May. And that will be mahogany red and sienna brown, which is PC 1029 and PC 945. These ones I might use, I might not. I'll judge it by how I feel. So yeah, this is what we're going to be doing, and by no means, I know there's quite a few people, I mean, I've had mostly positive messages, but then you get the odd one that you get trolls, and they're like, oh, you shouldn't be telling others what to do, you know, there's much better colorists out there. Yeah, I know that. I've said that in my videos hundreds of times. Everybody knows me by now. I've always said I'm a hobby colorist. I'm not an amazing person, you know, I'm just telling you what I think. So, hiya. Yeah, I'm well. So yeah, I'm just showing you what I've picked up. Never said I'm amazing. I've never said that I'm the best. I've always said that there's many out there that's better than me. So to those of them that, you know, give me these troll-like messages, then carry on. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm just going to get my sharpener and everything I need out. And we'll get started. So this is for my more beginner to intermediate. It's not expert, and you know, we'll go from that. I know, there's always going to be trolls. The thing is, I've said this so many times to people, I'm just going to sharpen my pencils, guys. Yeah, that's it. I've always said that, you know, when you put yourself out there, you're going to get good and bad, aren't you? And to be quite honest, I'm not too bothered. You know, I've got such amazing friends in the community, and that's all that matters to me. And if people want to watch and want to learn anything that I have managed to learn along the way myself, then perfect. If people don't want to, like you say, they can just like carry on, you know. Hi Tatty. So I'm just sharpening up, so I haven't got to keep sharpening as I go along. And yeah, we'll get started with the lay down. So I have chosen this one. You can use any face, by the way. I think I've just broken my henna. Yes, I have. This applies to any face, you know, the same technique I use on any face that I do. So you can use it with any. I've just chosen Jasmine because Jasmine to me has got the best large faces to work with. No, I'm getting shavings everywhere. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I was just quickly before I start, I was just working in a Jasmine Beckett book actually, just to show you. I was trying, you know, the Pablos. So I was doing this one. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. But my paper ripped here, so I had to do some dotted thing along her. But this is with Pablos, and I used so many different colours on this. I used apricot, Bordeaux red, salmon, hazel, mahogany, apricot again, hazel again, cream, granite rose and sepia. So I've been playing around with the Pablos, and I'm not massively happy with that, but I mean, you know, bit of practice and they might be okay, but they do not blend like the Prismas in my opinion. I love the Pablos, but they are in no way as blendable for me as the Prismas. So I'm going to stick with the Prisma colours on this one, and then I'll play around more with the Pablos, and I might come back with a Pablo one at some point. But then the next skin one that I'm going to do will be Afro-Caribbean skin, because I've been dying to do that. So we get started. Thank you, Kate. So I'm going to go with, first of all, like I always do, and if you're following this with me, light peach. I know I've put a video up and I've explained in my video, you know, step by step what I'm doing, but I think it's a lot easier when someone's doing it live stream, because any questions you've got, I can answer, and any questions about pressure and about, you know, the lay down on if it matters, you know, if I mix the colours up or whatever you might want to ask, I'm here on the live stream, which is always better. So we're going to go with the light peach, and like I always do on my skins, I just put down the lightest pressure possible on the entire face, but fading out towards the middle of her forehead so that you can always blend that later. So you're just going down with the lightest shade to begin with. And you're barely touching the paper, to be honest. You're just getting a base coat down so that you've got something to work with on your face. So you're going over the entire area. If you are doing this with me, thank you for joining me. And if you're going to watch this back later, hopefully this is as helpful as the video that I did put up quite a while ago now. So I thought this was a nice big face to work with. And plus you've got the arm and the hand and the neck. So we've got, you know, a bit of everything to sort of play around with here. Hey, Susie. If I'm not looking at the screen, just put it in caps, like capitals, and it'll scream out at me. And if you've got any questions, put them in caps and it will scream out at me, so I answer. So yeah, as I said, you can barely see this on the page, but I can see it, and it's just make sure that you've got some sort of tooth to work with. So see you, Melissa. Have fun. So you're just going to go over the entire area, and this is all your light peach to start with. And yeah, so how are you all? Hope you're all good. I've been a little bit, I don't know, just a little bit off these last few days, so I've sort of kept a bit quiet, but I'm okay. So we are literally just going over the entire area of her face. I sat there flicking through all of the Jasmine Beckett's last night, trying to choose which picture, and Andrew said, why do you always choose like the biggest faces? And I'm like, I don't know, I just like them. I think you can show more with a big face. Thanks, Kate. This is Victoria. This where I'm working from the Mermaids one, but you can apply this to anyone. This is just because it's got a nice big face, as I was saying, so that I can show you with the shading and blending and how I do it. This, as I said, this is not, you know, amazing. It's not anything that some people can create. I'm not an artist, I'm just a hobby colorist, but if it helps somebody and, you know, you've not got confidence with skin, then it might be helpful. So hopefully it will help somebody. And Rio is doing so much better. Can you hear them? He is back to his chirpy self. I think he had like a virus of some kind. And yeah, he's good. I'm so pleased. So I'm just going over so lightly, as you can see. You probably can't even see it on camera, which is a good thing. But trust me, it's there. It's just giving you a base so that you've got something to work with. We'll start with the face and we'll move to the neck and the arms and the hands as we go along. Okay, so that is it. You lay down the lightest face in the world. No, what did I say was horrid? Oh, sorry, I didn't even realise. Yeah, it is intimidating, Kate. I wasn't very good at all, and I took a lot of practice. Trust me, and you'll get there. You'll get there. We'll get you there. So we are now I'm gonna, instead of usually I go straight to nectar, I'm gonna put peach. So you want your peach, and it's PC939. And oh no, okay. I thought it was me then. I was gonna say, what have I done that's horrid? No, okay, guys, this is sorry. I get muddled up. So if you are going to talk to me or want any questions to me, just put them in caps so I know. Otherwise, you can talk amongst yourselves and then I won't get so confused. So yeah, I'm going with peach now. And like I've said in my previous videos, you're going to pick out where there might be a bit of a shadow or the edging of the face, the nose, under the lips, that kind of thing, your ears. You're going to pick out the places that you might think might cast a shadow because, you know, you naturally, if you had something on you, it casts a shadow. So we're going to go with that. So you're going with your peach and you're just, again, it's quite a light pressure. We're not going harsh. We're just going lightly because we're getting our base down to work with. We need something to work with. But anyone that's not confident on skin, we'll get you there. We will get you there. I'm going to try and participate in the Fabiana February, of course, because I absolutely love those books now and I've just got them. So it's a perfect excuse. So yeah, without a doubt, I'm going to try and do that. And I might double it up, to be honest, with my one, you know, my chronic pain month, because chronic pain month could be any picture, can't it? So, you know, you can triple it up, you can quadruple it up to any kind of picture you want. It's just about colouring to forget your pain. So yeah, I might just squeeze one in. So yeah, we are just doing a very light layer and it is barely touching because we're just getting we want to know where we're going with our shadows here. So this gets us like started. I think it's Laura. Laura, I think, is doing Fabiana February. Laura Bean, I think, over on, or Laura. I don't know the name of the actual Instagram username, but it's Laura anyway. She's doing it. I'm pretty sure. I need to have a good look about all of the colour alongs. I'm just trying to do my Dragonary one for Majas. So yeah, we are just going with a light layer. As you can see, it's barely touching, but we're getting our base down. So again, we're going to go with where there might be a bit of a shadow. So you're still with your peach. There's so many amazing colour alongs, isn't there, at the moment? February seems to be the one. I'm just going to move my iPad in front of me, guys, so I can still see where you're talking. but I don't want to move the book around too much because you've got a good view there. I was thinking, if you've seen one of my past live streams, you know the Snow White Fabiana book. There's one with the Red Queen with the black background eating the apple. I think I might go for that one because I'm dying to do that one. So I might do that. So yeah, we'll see. I'm trying to do the dragon as well. I've got so many that I need to do. You know, since my last stream, I have not coloured a thing. So I just haven't been feeling it. And, you know, sometimes you need a bit of a break for your own sanity, just to go and sort of recharge and you know, recoup a little bit. So, yep, for sure. That's it. I thought Laura Beans, or I didn't know her full 25. So it's Laura Bean 25 over on Instagram that's doing the Fabiana February. Okay, so we're getting a bit more of a base down here. And then naturally under the lips, I would say would be some. We're just going to get it started. And again with the nose. She's got a cute little button nose, hasn't she? I don't want to do too much, but I sometimes just put a tiny bit of a line. I thicken out, I don't know about you guys, but I thicken out a little bit on the eyebrows just to make them a little bit more natural looking. But I do that with a fine liner at the very end, otherwise you'll smudge it. So we are going to... Right, so now we can start picking out a little bit more where we want some more detail. So with your peach still. And going very lightly here. And then the ear. And then on this side, oh no, I've forgotten to do the light peach. Now we're back to peach. Okay, so as you can see, we're just getting a base, just a base. Now I'm going to go to my nectar, and that is the PC1092, and I'm now going to start picking out the darker areas now. This is where you can start layering up and fading out. So you're going sort of a medium, not too light, not too hard, just medium, but you fade out. So you start picking out, but then fade to light, because you need to be able to blend it in. With Jasmine's books, if you go too hard, you're going to rip the paper. It's amazing paper, but it doesn't withstand a lot of light pressure, which I found out the hard way this afternoon. Oh, I ripped the paper. I'll show you properly up close. I was so livid. I was like, no. So you're going like medium to a light. So you're fading out each time that you come away from the shadow. And this takes a good few layers of doing this in order to achieve the look that I usually achieve at the end. And don't worry too much about getting it on here, because you can go over that with coloured pencil after. So now with here it's the same. So you're going a medium and fading out. This is still your nectar, guys. You're just going over where you've put your peach down. And then I'll come back to that part. We'll go over here. Is it in sight for you okay? Like, it's not hindered or anything? If anyone's coming in, hi guys, sorry I haven't seen. So I'm just going, picking it out and fading it out. If there's any nonsense in terms of any trolls that come in, let me know and I'll kick them out. I haven't got my eyes so much on the screen at the moment. Okay, view's good. Okay, so you're going sort of medium to light pressure, and you fade out each time. I've been lucky so far, haven't I, with trolls? Like, I'm not just, I'm going to speak too soon. I'm going to say touch wood here now, like touch wood. But it seems to be on the weekends you get them more. They're all lurking on the weekend. I know I should. I usually do. Okay, so I'm fading it out. If you notice, I tend to hold my pencil quite lightly because I don't want to go too heavy. You know, as soon as you start layering anyway, it lays down more colour and it looks like you've put quite a bit of pressure on, so it's fine. Ah, Tatty, you're a dream. Thank you, my dear. Tatty's on it. She's always on it. Have you recovered from your fangirl moment yesterday, Tatty? When you spoke to one of the authors? I was watching that laughing because how excited you were, and I was like, ah, that's the sort of thing I do. So yeah, I'm going quite light to sort of medium to light. And same on this ear. And then I'm going to come back to here a minute, and I'm going to pick out down. Same there. And I'm going to fade this part out as well. And then this strand of hair too. Oh, bless you. It's the small things, isn't it, that make you happy? I've always said that. You know, other people might look at you and think, oh my God, what is she getting so excited about? But what's not to get excited about? If you like someone and they like acknowledge you, it's like, woohoo moment. So I'm still going very lightly, guys. And I'm just going to go along here as well. Okay. So, just picked out with a nectar. Now you're going to grab your henna. You're not going to go heavy with this at all because this can cause it to become so red and it can, you know, easily go very wrong. So with your henna, just now you're going to start to darken it before you start layering all your peaches back on and making it look like skin. So you're just picking out your darker areas now. So you're just layering all these colours together. You're going in the same spots as where you've been. We're not going any differently, but we're just darkening it up a bit now. So very, very medium pressure. We're not going heavy because you can't really come back from it if it goes on too much. But you can always correct it if it's been, you know, you've done it lightly. So we're going to come under her eyes here. And again, we're going quite lightly because you want to fade that out with the peach when you put it back down again. And we're going lightly here, guys. So you're just picking it out. And then here as well, we're going to go quite dark on the ear because her ear is quite covered, isn't it? So, and it's the same here because it's going to look quite reddened at the moment, as we all know, but it will look good, I promise you. It will start to look a bit normal. When I started my one with the Pablos earlier, I put a lot of brown down. I was like, oh my goodness. She looks like she's sort of got something wrong with her at the moment because it wasn't like one way or the other. And then she looked like she had jaundice and she was yellow and I thought, oh. And then I corrected it, so it can be corrected. So you're going still your henna and you're lightly going. I did a flip through, I don't know if you saw, of a few books yesterday. Completely forgot to put one in. I was having a moment. As May knows, I seem to like lose things. And I'd lost my copy of Villain San by Thomas Slav, the new one. Couldn't find it for the life of me. Found it after I did the video. I was like, it's just typical. Just typical. So yeah, we're going really, 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 really light. So I was going to put that in my video. And then, yeah, that happened. I couldn't find it. I was like, oh, you know, I'm just going to give up. So, and then I found it and I was like, oh, Jesus, I should have just waited. So, just lightly picking this out still. I don't think I can go a day without, like, losing something somewhere and then finding it when I don't need it after. So, yeah, we're picking all this part out. Hey, your Serene came. How many bits do I have? I have no idea. I'm not counting. You know why? Because I'd have a small heart attack if I counted and realised. And then I'd still tell myself that that's fine. Did I see the pic? Oh, I did. I did, Natalie. I said to Andrew, I think I've just died. And he said, oh my God, what are you looking at now? Pencils. I was like, no. Nick Filbert's done a piece for Harry Potter. I think I just died and went to heaven. So I really did. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I need this in my life. How can he not release this? It has to be like out there. It was amazing. Amazing is not the word. Harry Potter is one of my favourite things. And Nick Filbert is amazing. So the two of them together, oh geez. I was like, I need that. I need it in my life as much as I need tea. So, and I need tea every day. So yeah, I need it. I just like, I died. Okay, so I'm still with my henna, guys. Sorry, I've trailed off there. And I am still picking out. Now, I'm going to go where the nose is. And I don't want to give her too much of a, you know, line because I'm always a bit frightened that I'll muck it up. So, but I am giving her a bit of a shadow there. So she's looking a little bit on the pink side, but she won't. Then we're going to go here. And we're picking that out again. Hey, I said, you know, I was going to try and say, hey, y'all. But, you know, when someone British says that from England, it just sounds really, really bad. Like, it sounds like I'm trying to imitate someone from the US. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to stick with my hiya. Because it's never going to work, me saying, hey, y'all. Okay, so I'm going into these tear ducts very lightly with the henna as well because, yeah, you know, they generally are pinky, aren't they? Okay, so now I'm going to go back with my, I think I'm going to go with peach. No, I'm not going to go with the peach. What am I going to go with? I think I might put some brown in there, actually, just a little bit. I'm going to go with sienna brown because I've been using brown in my skin at the moment because I'm doing this lightly though. I'm only picking out lightly. It is literally covering it ever so slightly. Because our skin, I mean mine's very pale, but our skin has got a slight sort of like, if you look at it, especially your face, it has got a slight tinge to it. So we're not just white, and I hate, we're not even white. We're not peachy. We have got other colours to us. I need to bring my iPad here so I can read what you're saying, otherwise I'm missing out on all the chat. I feel like I'm missing out. So what excitement am I missing out on? Okay, so I'm just slightly doing this, my sienna brown, and I mean slight, like, you know, just going over the areas, what I've just done with a bit of it. And I'm fading that right out. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this down a little bit, guys, because my hand's not going to reach. Okay, so is anyone doing this? And if you are, I hope that I'm not going too fast for you. If I am, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this slow, well, slowish, I think. So I'm just picking that out and then fading out. And then on this side as well properly, because I didn't do it enough. Okay, so I think that is okay. Just doing it on this bit. May, which one, apart from the starter page, which one did you want to do first? Because there's so many. Like I was saying to Melissa, there's no wrong page in it, is there? They're all amazing and serene. Okay, so I'm going to go with my, just for now, I'm going to go with my light peach. Just going to go back to my light, and I'm going to blend some of this in now. So we're going over the entire area. And you are going medium to sort of fairly hard with your pressure now, because you've got to start blending stuff in. So we need to start laying the colour down now that we've got the areas that we like. I need to get a bit of card, hold on, because this is you know, behind. I know I'm going to ruin, just give me 2 seconds. That's it, because what ends up happening is, you know, behind, where I'm going to start pressing down hard, I'm going to press down too hard and put the text from the page behind on the other one. I tend to do that all the time. I forget about it. Hiya. Hi, Anthony. Hey, everyone that's popped in. Okay. Hi, Christy. I'm okay. How are you both? Okay, so I'm going, I'm pressing hardish with my pressure now, because you need to blend all this out after. So we're going to start blending in what we've done. And laying the colour down, because we need to muck around with it a little bit now and get it sort of going. So this is the light peach, and you've got to put quite a fair amount of pressure on this bit, so otherwise it's going to look a bit odd. Don't worry too much about these little strands, because you can always erase them, and you can always go over them with a different colour, what you're going to do your hair with. And don't worry too much about the eyelashes, because we can sort those out as well. So, you know, we can go over the eyelashes, that's fine. So you're with your light peach and you're going fairly hard, fairly hard. We've got to start getting this colour down. So in regards to the light hitting the forehead, when you come to the middle of the forehead, just fade out the light peach, because we can highlight that with white, and we can make that look like you know, it's hitting the forehead. So we're blending all this out. For those that are joining, hi, and I explained in the beginning, you know, this is just sort of like beginnerish stage. I'm not, you know, an expert by any means, but this is just showing you how I do my skin, Caucasian skin only. I'm going to be doing a video that is going to be pre-filmed, not live, and that's going to be on Caribbean Skin. That will be coming. It's just that I had a couple of days break, so otherwise I tend not to do my work in progresses, and I'm, you know, because I can only sit for short amounts of time, I can't sit to do them my colouring because I've done it with the videos. So I've got to sort of juggle it and do what's fun for me as well, and I hope that you guys are okay with that. So it's got to be sort of like, you know, dispersed out a little bit. So yeah, we're going quite hard. And see, it's starting to come together. I'm just reading. Oh, you're all talking, that's fine. Just making sure that there was no like questions or anything. You are all entertaining yourselves. I feel left out of the party because I can't read it as much. Okay. It's like a gathering of friends, isn't it, when we come on a live stream? I'd like to thank you all though, because you're all so lovely and so encouraging, and you know, quite a lot of you have become friends, and that's amazing. So I'd like to take this opportunity, as cheesy as that is, to say thanks. So thank you very much. You're all amazing people. Okay, so we've got to start blending in the middle, and then we'll start with our darker shades. Okay, so we're going to go lightly. Here we're not going hard with our pressure, but we need to blend this bit out, so we've got to go hard to light. It will start coming together. No, thank you all. So it's fun for me to come on here and talk to you all, you know, it's not a chore, you know, like some people, they like, oh, go on stream. I'm like, woohoo, stream time. Okay, where did I just need my rubber, I just quickly muck that up. Well, I didn't muck it up, it went in the hair. So, yeah, quite light here. Feels weird, like I have not picked pencil up in about 4 days. This is my 5th day. Yeah, I do. I think, oh, you know, let's do it. And then as I was about to go live, the dragon woke up, my bearded dragon. And he's been in a sleep for 2 days because they go into something called brumation. So when I saw he was awake, I was like, quickly, let's feed him. And then my washing machine was pinging at me to take the wash out. And I was like, right, let me get all this done before I go on. And then I finally managed to come on because I would have been here 10 minutes earlier. So yeah, that's what happened. Okay, so you can see where I've kind of faded it out in the middle, like it's a bit lighter. Okay, so we're going to go back just here and blend this out a little bit better because you don't want, I always call it a separation line, but you know where you've had like the dark and then you've got the light, you can see like a separation line from the 2 different colours. You want to blend that out as much as possible. So use your light, I never use a blender, I always use my lightest shade. Whatever your lightest shade is for your skin, use that, and then you can always go with white after. Nah. You're an hour ahead, aren't you, Charlotte? I know, I'm really sorry because I know a lot of you are like either way like behind in time, or you're slightly ahead and it's the wrong timing for you. But this is the only time that I get to sit down and do this because the dog's asleep and usually Andrew's out working and it's quiet and I can get to do this with you all. So Yeah, that's why I come on. Usually 4 o'clock is my time. 5 o'clock sometimes, depends. It would be nice if I could set a schedule for all these things, but I just never know because of my pain. So I'm really sorry that I can't tell you about, you know, I'm coming on a Monday or a Wednesday or a Tuesday or a Friday, you know, whatever. I can't really set it out. So, are we liking where it's going? Because it's starting to take shape. We're not doing, this is just the beginner stage. I'm not going to do anything too complicated. Christy, I am working from the mermaids, my lovely. So I'm gonna now grab my, I think I'm gonna go with my peach. And you know where the other parts that were darker, I'm now gonna start blending that into my light peach, what I've just done. So we're with peach, not light peach, peach. And I'm just gonna go around the edges again. And I'm going to blend that into what we've just done before we put our espresso down, and we might go in with our nectar one more time. There's no set rule for this, we can just do this how we want. Way, everyone's got buff titanium. I love my buff titanium. I love it. Like, I genuinely would have a pencil case full of buff titanium, and then I will be stocked up forever and I can just live happily ever after with my buff titaniums. So this is peach. I'm just going to give her a little bit more colour to blend into with the white. I'm going lightly here. I'm not going dark. Just lightly pressing. It's the weekend, so colouring takes like my centre stage on the weekends usually. Because there's nothing on the deli, so I usually entertain myself with some colouring. I don't know about everybody else. So I'm just grabbing my my light peach again, and I'm just blending in what I've just done there. And then we're going to go and get our espresso. I love the espresso, it's my favourite part. I'm like quite mad. And then we need to put some shadows in as well, and do our little nostrils. I am just going to take a mouthful of drink. I haven't got tea today, I've got Ribena. Yeah. Well, the partner works on the weekend, so, you know, I'm on my own. Might as well. Okay, so now I'm just grabbing the espresso. Oh, you got Super Bowl over in the US. You've got such, like, big events with sports. We just got soccer or football, and we call it, which is so boring. I can't stand it. So, yeah, we're going with the espresso. Now we're picking out, like I have on my video that I did. You don't want to go hard with this. You just want to go light, because you are going to blend that out with your nectar. But you just want to start shadowing here. Shadowing, I don't even think that's the word. You want to start picking out your shadows, is what I should have said. Shadowing. It's Sam's dictionary. Okay, so a bit of concentration going in from me here, sorry. So you're going lightly. Oh no, Grace, I'm sorry. Oh, take some painkillers and just rest up. I love Ribena, Anthony. Yeah, I do need a cup of tea though. Like my tea fairy's not here. He's at the gym at the moment. So I can't ask my tea fairy to do anything for me. So I thought I'd just have some Ribena beside me, because I talk quite a lot and then I need a drink. So like you say, tea goes cold. So I'm just picking out in the corners, and you go lightly. You do not put hardly any pressure at all, because otherwise it just blacks it out. Have you done anything in your serene yet, Grace? Okay, so we're just again picking out. This is for anyone that was asking. It's from the Jasmine Beckett's Mermaid book, and I'm on the her name or it's the alchemite. Do you know what? I'm not even going to say that. It's this one. This one. I'm not even going to try and say that word because I cannot pronounce it. So it's that one. It's an angel. The alchemist. So how do you say chemical angel? There you go. Okay. So May has been doing, I don't know if anybody's seen, some amazing pictures from the Linda Ravenscroft books. Now I do have Linda Ravenscroft's 1 and 2, but because of May and her beautiful pictures, my finger slipped on books 3 and 4. So the finger slip happened and I just hold no responsibility for it whatsoever. And yeah, I'm quite excited whenever they come. Shouldn't be too long for me because I'm in the UK, so. Okay, so I'm just going very, very lightly. Kelly, the Linda Ravenscroft one, she's got them on her website. I think she does do international shipping. Yeah, finger slippage. It's a condition. It's a genuine condition. Have you looked on our website, Kelly? Okay, so we're picking out here as well, but you're going lightly still. Whatever you do, don't change your pressure with the espresso because you'll end up making it look like it's just got ink on her face or something. Oh, I've got a itchy eye. I think I need my glasses in a minute. Sometimes I don't need them, and other times I do. It depends on my tired eyes because I'm not sleeping very well. Oh really? I'm sorry that they're so expensive. I mean, I think they're £5 for me to ship to me. That's a shame because they are absolutely beautiful. They are very beautiful books, and I've done one in her books, and I'm halfway through another one, so I will get round to doing more because I do love them. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not even going to. Oh, can't you post links? I was gonna say if there's links that I don't block anything. I don't think. Yeah, I am not responsible for my actions lately. I've been feeling a little bit sort of down, as you can gather, with pain, with chronic pain. I'm suffering a lot with sort of the feeling of isolation at the moment, and the only way that I'm sort of making myself happy is buying a couple of books. Oh, okay, May. If anyone wants to know where to get the Linda Ravenscroft books, either private message me or May and we'll give them to you. That's the way to do it. Yes, Charlotte, you need Serene. Okay. Now I'm going to just go here. I'm going to go where her nostrils are. I'm just going to darken that a little bit because no one's nostrils are like a ghost. They have to be a little bit dark. And then just under her lip a little bit. Yeah, Kelly, I get you. It's horrible, and I think this time of year doesn't help because it's so cold and dreary outside, and then you feel that you have to stay in anyway. So I think this time of year is like really harsh to sort of, deal with that kind of emotion. So I'm just going to go a little bit darker here, guys, because it's underneath. So her ears are going to be pretty dark because her hair's covering it, and it's the same with this one. And then we'll do this side. And then we'll do her eyes, and then we'll move on to the neck and stuff. Who's on the book ban? Who's on the book ban? Why are you putting yourself on a book ban? They're really, really hard to stay on. Everyone needs books, in my opinion, and book bans never work. Okay, so we're going with the espresso. We're going now light with our pressure here. Grace, this book ban's not going to work. I can see it. And book bans mean PDFs as well. So it doesn't mean that you buy PDFs. PDFs are still a book. It's just that you're printing it off yourself. So, you know, just saying. Kelly, I'm sorry, and you know, it's one of those things, and no one should ever tell you that you're not struggling, because you know inside that you are. And if you ever need to talk to anyone, there's lots of people, including myself, to reach out to. But I know sometimes you don't want to talk, do you? Hey, Laura! See, Laura's the one here that's got the Fabiana February, if anyone wants to join in on that. Okay, so I'm going here now with my espresso. I've not changed my pencil, I'm still on the same. Yeah, I know, Kelly, I completely get it at the moment. That's why I sort of went into myself for a few days and I wasn't really like colouring or anything. You get those days. Isolation goes hand in hand. I've been saying this, and yesterday was Let's Talk Day about, I don't suffer with depression as such, but I do suffer a lot with sort of isolation feeling over the chronic pain. And it was a good day yesterday because you can say, you know, I need to talk about this. But then there's days where you do not want to talk about it because all you do is live it, and living it is enough, let alone talking about it. So you just want to take your mind off it, don't you? And that is why I did Chronic Pain Month. So I'm doing the colouring for Chronic Pain Month, and it's to take your mind off of it so that we can all do something to help ourselves, because honestly, we live this pain every single solitary day of our lives. We don't need to talk about it all the time, do we? And we can always sort of take our mind off it, I think. So that is why I did the colouring for Chronic Pain Month this month. I'm sorry, Kate. See? We're amongst friends. We're amongst friends here, and you know, if anyone sort of can sort of relate to those feelings, it's us. We get it, and we're not going to tell you that you're wrong. You're not wrong to feel that way, and you have every right to feel that way. So very lightly with my pressure here, because I'll blend that in with nectar. It's harsh because no one gets it unless you're living it, do you? And living it is the hardest part, because you have good days and bad days, but when the bad days hit, it's hard to keep positive, but you have to, because, you know, they're not going anywhere, are they? So I'm just going around here, if I make sense. Do I make sense? It does become your normal, and people need to understand that and respect that. You know, some people sort of stop asking you to go out and stop asking you to events because they're like, oh, she's been saying no because she's in pain. But there might be that odd time where you can actually make it, but people have stopped asking you and it hurts you. And, you know, they need to sort of take a step back and think, you're not doing it to annoy anyone. You're doing it because you genuinely cannot do it. You're genuinely in a position where you have to say, I'm very sorry, but I have to decline because my pain hurts me. But you don't want to keep repeating yourself, do you? So, you know, it's just one of those things, isn't it? So we're going with our nectar here. No, that's what I said, it's invisible. It's an invisible thing to suffer with. So, yep, nectar. Just going to blend in the espresso a little bit here. Just so it's not too... We're going to go with black at the end anyway, but we're just going to blend in that espresso just ever so slightly. Just over what you've done, but not too hard, because otherwise it can become quite red. Thank you, Christy. I just, you know, want people to do it for themselves and join in something that we can all sort of, yeah, take our mind off it. Because we can have fun. still. Why can't we have fun still? Of course we can. It's not our pain. Our pain does. I've always said this. We're not our pain. We're not our pain. Our pain is there, but we're not that. We are. You know, I'm Sam. I'm not my pain. And let's get on with it. Let's just make a good time out of it. And if we can escape through something, let's do it. You know, we can have fun with it. Okay, so I'm grabbing my my light peach back at PC927. I'm just going to sharpen it a little bit because it's getting a bit low. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Charlotte. It's invisible. But then I've always said that, you know, a lot of things that you suffer with internally, you're not going to see. And you are going through a hard time, and you know, that's okay. That's okay to sort of like say it. Yeah, I've always said that. You know, there's certain things, obviously, like, you know, mobility stuff that you can see and is quite obvious, but there's lots of, forget pain, I mean, there's lots of illnesses that you can't see, like Crohn's and colitis, you know, that's all internal. No one can see that, and if you wore it on the outside, you'd be a mess. So, yeah, we are amongst friends here, and we can forget about it for a little while. We could talk about books and pencils and all the good stuff. Okay, I'm going quite hard here. I'm going quite hard because now we're really layering up, and we want to have her looking not so ghostly and more like she is a person instead of a ghost. Okay, so I'm not reading the comments for a moment, guys. I'm just concentrating. That's Sam Abela. That's on the buff titaniums, isn't it? It's not, Lizzie, and I'm trying to do this as a beginner. Hi, Victoria. I'm trying to do this as much as possible, like broken down on pressures, on, you know, fading in and out, and the colours. So you should, you know, hopefully this is easy enough to follow. And don't worry if you can't do it the first time round as a beginner, because trust me, I didn't. It took a couple of times. Don't get too disheartened. Okay, so now I'm grabbing my white, and I'm gonna go in. You need quite a hard pressure, and I'm going in on my forehead because that is where I should imagine that her light's gonna hit on the face. So you are using quite a bit of pressure here because we've managed to layer up a bit now, and now's the time to start blending in with the white. Mind your nostrils because I've already smudged them. So go around your nostrils as much as possible, and we'll put those back in a minute. Well, not your nostrils, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's hard though, Kelly, because everyone's like around the world. So this is the kind of meetups, isn't it? This is where we can all chat and, you know, we can colour along together. That's why I call them a colour along, because we can do this together on screen and we can chat and, you know, we can have a good time. Okay, so I'm going to go in here ever so slightly, but not too much. Not into the edges, shall I say. I wish I'd made a tea now. Would you guys mind in a minute if I went and quickly made one, or stuck the kettle on at least? And you can grab one as well if you want to go and replenish. Okay, so black, but whatever we do, we're not going to go too heavy with this. we're gonna have a drink. Yeah, not of the hard kind. I don't actually drink. Okay, so I'm gonna do the black and then I'll quickly go and pop the kettle on. And then we can start with the neck and the arms, and then we can do the lips and eyes, and I think then we'll stop at that. I'll do the lips and eyes on screen, I think. Skin doesn't take too long, so we're just going very lightly here because you're going to blend that in as well. But black can be quite an overpowering colour because, yeah, it lays down quite dark, doesn't it? It's the darkest colour. So I'm trying at the moment, quickly change the subject here. So just follow what I'm doing with the black if you're doing this. You don't want too much, it's just to lay down some. I am going to do a hair video, yeah. I'm definitely going to do one. And I'm going to do it in Serene. So I've got to pick my picture. But yeah, I will be doing one. I need to write the names down. Sketch Cantation Art. What's your name, lovely? I'm so sorry. If I missed it, I apologise. Susie, that's right, of course it is. Susie, yes, I will be doing one. And it will be in Serene because I think that's the best book for me to be able to demonstrate hair. I did say Susie in the beginning, didn't I? Hi, Annie. It's because so many people say their names, I completely get her. Do I need Tombow intro pencils? What, the Erogetin ones, Tess? I like them, personally. Quite a lot of people don't like the Tombows, but I do. I think they're great. They're hard though. They are hard. If you don't like hard pencils, I'd say no. That's why I say I don't really do reviews, because what I might like and you might like are two different things. But for me personally, I love them, and with some layers, you can work wonders with them. That's what I do my roses with. So I would say yes if you like a harder pencil, no if you don't. A box 2 is my favourite personally, and if you're going to just buy one box to try, get number 2 because it's got the best tones in it, and give them a go. But they are hard, I will say that, they are so hard. See, Amy, I was like that, but I do use mine now, because I've sort of worked. What I tend to do is grab a picture. So I'm just swaying away from this, like this one. I'll grab a picture and a set of pencils that I don't use, I'll test them out. So like this one was just Tombows, and I'm still doing it. I stopped it so I could do the video. Not Tombows, Pablo's. This is just Pablo's, nothing else. And you need to sit and practice with them. So like with this one, I might do a Tombow one, and I'll muck around with those and see what I can do with them. But they aren't for everyone. You know, they aren't soft, and they're not easily blendable. But with some layers, and do light layers, you can work them very well. So I'm just going with my black again, guys. Sorry, I've just swayed off then. I was just trying to help someone with the Tombows. So box 2 would be my personal, if you were going to try them. If you can get singles, get some singles, but I personally like them. You know, they've got some amazing colours in set 2, like the maroons, the plums, the lighter pastel colours. They've got some lovely greens in there. The second set to me is the best one. So if you were going to try a set, definitely number 2. And I personally like harder pencils. I love the Prismas for blending, but I do love my harder pencils. So I would say, I'm just filling in the nostrils with the black. I would say give them a go. Give them a good test out. Don't judge them by first use. Give them a good play around with, because you'll find that, sorry guys, I've got distracted then. You'll find that the more you play around with a pencil and the more you try them out, you'll tend to, you know, get better with them. What do I think of the Pablo's, Grace? So that was okay. So I'm kind of getting there. So now this is my light peach, and I'm just blending in the corners, and then I'm done with her face for now. I'm blending in the black with the light peach. Okay, so that is just a beginner face, and I'm going to quickly pop the kettle on. I won't even be a minute. I'm just going to pop the kettle on. I'll come back and wait for it to boil. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm moving the camera, look. I'll wait for the kettle to boil. Oops. I'm back for a second. I'll wait for it to boil. So we'll get started with the neck. Again, with necks, they're going to cast quite a bit of a shadow. So you want a sharp pencil to start with. But you're going to do a lot more shading on a neck, because a neck will always have more. So we'll start off with a light layer of the light peach. And we'll go with... We'll go with a casting shadow. Has anyone got the, what are they called? Pro colours, the Derwent Pro colours. Okay, so I'm just going to get my nectar, and now I'm going to pick out where there might be more of a shadow, especially on the neck. What do you think of them? Because I'm trying to persuade my partner, because he said about Valentine's Day, and I'm trying to persuade him to get me the Pro colours. I like the colours in the Pro colours. They're more natural tones, because they're not like bright and in your face. They're more ochres, the siennas, the greens in them look amazing. They're more true to life, aren't they? I really need to try them. I'm going to ask Melissa what she thinks as well. If they are like polychromos, I'll love them, because you know me, I'm a polys girl. Okay, I'm just still with my nectar. I'm just picking out. I'm a polys girl. I love my polychromos. So if they're anything like them in terms of, you know, layers and the hardness of them, then I'm all about it, because I love polys so much. So I'm just picking out a little bit. I'm going with my henna here. And you want to do it fairly dark, I'm going to say. You know, she has got a bit of a shadow under there. Especially here as well. Oh, Kelly, no. Well, it will be even more amazing when you can get back to it. Because you'll be itching to get to it, and it'll feel like magic when you can. And you know, it's like when you can't do something, when you can finally get back to it, it's amazing. So I'm back to my light peach here, and I'm just going to blend in that, and then I'll go with the espresso. I think my kettle's boiled. I'm so thirsty. I drank my Ribena. Okay, now I'm getting my espresso. Oh, Tess, you have to get the polychromos. I love them. Hiya, Karen, with a C. I'd say, Kelly, if you can't then I wouldn't, you know, if like when I had surgery and they told me not to do things, as much as I hated not to, you know, it's on the surgeon's recommendations. And then when you can, it's going to feel like magic. Okay, so I'm going with espresso, guys. I'm now going to darken it up because she's got a big shadow underneath her chin. And under here slightly, and here. What's the main? One's oil and one's Victoria. One's oil and one is wax. The core of the Prismacolors is soft and the core of the Polychromos is hard. And whereas this you can layer so much, they're a softer pencil and they're more blendable, I'd say. The Polychromos, they work well with layers more so than blending, if that makes sense. Yeah, one's wax, one's oil. They're just totally different. I mean, I love them for many different reasons, both of them, but I'll always be swayed towards my my Polychromos, always. I'm working on how to, you know, get this with the Polychromos rather than the Prismas. I really need them then, Amanda. Oh no. This is not good news to my ears. Well, it's good news to my ears. It's not going to be very good news to my partner's ears when I tell him that I need them. I need them, Andrew. He's just going to be like, oh, no. I said, I'll look into it a little bit more. And I think to him that was, oh, she'll forget about it. No chance. So I'm just quickly going to blend that in with my light peach. I love that word. I need them. I've made a song up and it's I need them. And Andrew just looks at me with a blank stare, you know. Yeah, okay, Sam. Bless him, he usually caves in as well. And with my black, I'm very lightly I'm doing this. I'm not going harsh. You just want a little bit. Chip is sleeping. Can't you tell? It's quiet. The budgies are here. They're asleep as well. Because the sun's just gone down. And between sort of 5 and 6 they nap. They have a little nap before they come alive again. And they, you know, tweet the house down. But yeah, they've been in good spirits these past few days. They were noisy this morning. Jeez, they woke me up. They were screaming the house down to come out of the cage because we only cover them over at night. And other than that, their cage door is open 24/7. They have their freedom. They're very spoilt little budgies. Oh, no way, Natalie. I was telling Melissa yesterday on her stream, I would kill your eardrums. I need white. I need white. And I'm just going to blend that in a little bit. I'll talk a lot, but there's no way. But I do love my motto of I need it. Right, I'm seriously just grabbing my cup of tea. The kettle's just boiled. I'm so thirsty. I'll be 2 minutes. Promise you, 2 minutes. I'm back. Well, I've put him in timeout. I've got to remove him. It's a good job I took my iPad with me, wasn't it? Does someone want to... Has anyone been a moderator before? Does someone want to moderate for me? Because you get some idiots like that. Thanks, Kelly, darling. Thank you. I timed him out and I did block his messages, but... Kate, do you mind if I put you as well then? Yeah. Shush! Who do you think you are? Shush him. Shush him. Kate, I'm going to put you as one then as well. Thank you. Thank you. I've done it. Okay, I'm back. I've got a cup of tea now. It's a good job I took my blooming iPad with me, isn't it? Thanks, Kelly. I did take it with me, but thank you. Oh, that's better. Cup of tea. Right. Where are we? We're back. I was on my light peach. I'm just blending out that black a little bit. So, you're quite hard with your pressure here, guys. Quite hard. You don't want to go too hard, as I said, because Jasmine Beckett Griffiths, I love her paper, but sometimes if you press too hard, you can rip the paper, and I've had that experience. So, you go in quite medium, but yeah, oh, lovely, Grace. They're great, aren't they? Kate, if you just quickly type something, anything, let me just see if the moderator symbol comes up next to your name. Fantastic. That's it. I was just making sure that I had to do it, because sometimes I click it and it's not done it. Yeah, there's always one idiot, isn't there? Like, seriously, what joy do they get out of just jumping on a stream going, "Arr!" It's like you want to just go, "Arr!" at them back. But then you don't want to give them the time of day, do you? Right, we're going to go to the arms and the hand and finish her skin off. So I'm still with my light peach. I've not gone. So just make sure I've got no dark on it. Okay, so yeah, it's just if some people like the silly gorilla comes in. If he does, you know, they very rarely pop up. So you've always got one. There's always one. It's just like, you're so sad, really. Like, if you get pleasure out of doing that, then good on you. I know that there's more things I'd want to do than standing stepping into a chat going, "Arr!" So, like with my face, I'm just going very lightly with my pressure, just getting a base coat down so that I've got something to work with. So, just cover the entire area and barely touch it, just, you know, get it going. And Grace, you are never going to stick to this book ban by the sounds of it. You're always thinking about the next book. I used to put myself on bans. Hey, Melissa. Hiya. Oh, here comes Chip. Hi, Chip. Chip's here. I don't know where he's been, but he's here. I think he was in the other room. I think he actually, because, you know, I'm one of those people that lets their dogs sleep on their bed. I think he actually went to bed. Okay, so we're going to do it with the hand as well. On the Jasmine Beckett's, just what I'm doing, Kate, I would say start with Prism colours and do your layers. Give me 2 seconds, guys. My dog is being naughty, as usual. Come on, you. Out of here. Seriously, dog. Seriously. trying to do a stream. So we have a chip. I don't know if you can see him. He's here. If I back up a little bit, he's here, and he's being a bit naughty. So he's woken up, and when he wakes up, he's naughty. So there you go. Oh, hey Francis, sit down, you. Come on. Stop being naughty. Yeah, we've got a naughty dog. I wish he was still asleep now. Okay, so we're going to go with the light peach on the hand. Yeah, they have their moments, don't they? They have their moments. You can't predict them. They get up from their sleep and they're like, what mischief can I get up to? Oh, I know. Let me do something that I shouldn't do. And then get mummy to react. So that's what happens. Okay, so we're going back to this arm here. And we're going to get our nectar, I think, first. And we're going to pick out, like we have before, where the shadows might be casted. So around objects, around hair, that kind of, you know, just that kind of stuff. So very lightly, we're just picking out the areas because we'll layer up. And how are you, Francis? It's Friday, you can relax for the weekend. Francis had her new job this week, so she had her first week in her new job, which has been going well. So you can have a nice relaxing weekend. I know, Kelly. It is. It's just like an attention thing with dogs, isn't it? So I'm going to pick here as well because we've got like the crease of the elbow. And then we're going to go, I think, on the tops of the fingers. I'm not going to go at the bottoms. It will be, might be cast over where your fingers might be like casting on the one. So this one might cast a slight shadow. That one might cast a slight shadow onto that one. It's just, you know, small. Aww. That's good. That's good. That's what you want. It's got to be positive, isn't it? And it's very well deserved. So me and Kalina watched Life today. She watched it first and I watched it I quite enjoyed it, Francis, in the end. It was very slow going, that film called It's Life, for anyone that wants to look it up. It's science fiction. But it got really good once that thing took over, that alien-y thing. Quite enjoyed it in the end. I was like, oh. Okay. So that's just picking out on the, you know, here. And now I'm going to pick out on this hand, again, nectar. I'm just going to pick out where shadow might be slightly. God, it's so much better to have a cup of tea. Nothing beats tea. Nothing. Okay, so again, it's just very, very slight. And then we might have a bit of a shadow there. Right, now I'm going to grab my henna and I'm going to go with here, and I'm going quite light. Thing is with henna, it's quite a, you know, a dark colour in terms of against the peach, and you want to fade it out, otherwise it won't blend in very well. So that's why you go quite light with your pressure. So just remember the pressure of the pencils is like the biggest thing, you know, because you can play around with any colours really and make it work, but it's how you put them down that's going to make the difference. Okay, so again here, I might do just a slight bit around here. that we can do our wings at some point, how I showed on one of my things, like with whiting out the lines so they look invisible, and then I might do a black background. Oh, there's so many things, my head's whizzing now. Okay, so I'm going to go here. And then here as well, still in screen, yep. And then I'm going to go on those same all over your nectar lines, the lines that you've already done with the nectar. So if you're doing it on any arm, you will look at objects, you will look at what might cast a shadow, you will look at the elbows, you will look at any kind of like object that might lay flat on it. So you can apply this to anyone. Take care, May. Okay, Kate. So you can apply this. If you don't have to do this image, you can do it to any image. So it's just always thinking about light and dark and where you want your shadows and your lighter areas to be. So like with here, yeah, same, Laura, same. It would be darker though, isn't it? You know, it's got a crease. So okay, so we're going to go again where I've just ever so slightly where she's holding the object. So whatever picture you apply this to, just think about, you know, what factors you've got on the page that might think about light and dark and shadows and, you know, places that the light might hit. That's all it's about. It's just thinking about that. And then once you've done that and you lay your colours down, it's just blending it all together. Oh, yummy, Melissa. I haven't had that in ages. Okay, so now I'm going to grab back my light peach. I'm going to start with hand, and you're going to blend in what you've just picked out. So you blend in all of that henna and nectar, because it's still going to cast a shadow on it. And then you'll get your peach in a minute, but I'll show you then. We'll do one stage at a time. See, I find hands and arms quite hard to pick out. I don't know if anybody else is the same, because it's like, well, where does light and dark hit? But it's all to do with how you angle it, so it can all play a factor. Okay, so I'm going to get peach just for a second, and just over the shaded areas. Oh, that's a good idea. There's so many great colour alongs on Instagram at the moment. I absolutely love all of them. Okay, so now I'm going to get my espresso. I'm just doing the hand. I'll go back to the arm. And we're going to just slightly shadow up her hand. I hope I'm not eating any of your time, and that you know you've not taken time out of your day like anything important. I'd hate for you to miss out on anything else. Okay, so we're here, and then where she's holding it, I'm gonna darken that a little bit more than usual. And see, so she's got a bit more of a shadow on that hand. So I'm going to leave that for now, and I'm going to come over to the arm. Oh, thanks, Nat. You do make me smile. It's your wedding, what's that? It's your wedding day today. What, your anniversary? Where was I? Yeah, I was on light peach, wasn't I? I'm going to blend in what I've done with the henna and the nectar. So is it happy anniversary then? Thank you, Christy. Well, happy wedding day. I'm still not married. I'm 13 years. It's a very sore subject. I've been with Andrew. It'll be 14 years this coming December. So this past December, it was 13. And he needs to hurry his little bum up, doesn't he? You know, we're not getting any younger now. We're at that time in our lives that we need to think about it. Okay, so we're still with our light peach. I'm going quite hard. I'm not going light here. I'm going quite hard. Oh wow, what's wrong with our fellas then, eh, Susie? They need to get their skates on. Seriously, like I said, we're not getting any younger. We need to like settle down and think about this now. You know, we've enjoyed 13 great years together. Now it's time for us to plan a future and think about that now. Like, and my I said, every instinct in my body is now like, I want to get married, I want to have children, or a child. And I didn't feel that up until I turned 30. I do need to hurry up. I agree. I do tell him all the time, you know. What is wrong with you, I say. And he looks at me like, nothing, it's don't worry. And I'm like, I am worrying actually. I have no ring on my finger. It needs to hurry up. Okie dokie. So I'm going like hard to medium to light. You can still work it at being single though, I always say that. Ah, Melissa, you got one in August. Congratulations. Yeah, I got with Andrew when I was 17 as well. 17. I'm 30 now. 31 in April. So I'm just blending this all in with the light peach, and he's going to be 35 this year and I'll be 31. So, yeah, no, time is pushing. Aww, I always say it comes when you least expect. I wasn't looking for Andrew. I wasn't even sure I liked him at the beginning. I was like, will we like each other? And then that was it. Second date, it was, no, I can see me being with him. And I never looked back since. But before I met him, you know, when we were just talking and I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know if I want a boyfriend, to be quite honest. You know, I was 17. I wasn't sure if I wanted a boyfriend at that age, if I just wanted single life, or, you know. And then I thought, no, I'm not like one of those people to play the field or anything. So I did want to settle down and I didn't even realise it. And then I was lucky and he stuck around. So, you know, the rest is history, as they say. Oh no, Anne, I can't do that. No, it doesn't count then, Susie. No, Kelly, I know it's going to be a lot tougher, but there is dating sites and stuff, you know, and a good man won't think like that. They'll see you for you. Right, I'm grabbing my espresso, and I'm just going over where I think shadows might be again. Oh, that's so nice, Jennifer. That is really lovely. That's sort of to me like a happily ever after type story. I love those sort of things. Like, you know, when you see those old, I was saying to Andrew, like there was a couple on the telly and they were old. I think they were like 90 something, and this couple had been together since they were 15, and it was on a show. And the way they spoke about each other, I was like, I want to be one of those couples when we're very old and very grey and we sit there and we can't imagine anything else, you know, those types where you just want to grow very old and grey together, and no one will ever replace or be, you know, they will never be able to match that person. That's the type of love that I want. No. I do love a happily ever after. That's what life should be about, you know, being happy. If you're happy single, if you're happy with someone, but it's so nice to be able to find, you know, your true love. It is. Yeah, I'm the same, Jen. I'm exactly the same. You know, there's no one else for me. I don't even bat an eyelid at anyone else. No one else wouldn't come close. And it genuinely would feel like my leg or my arm has like fallen off if, you know, we weren't together. So yeah, he's great. And I get that. I'm completely with you there. So, alright, I'm just on this part. Right, we're getting there, guys. Yeah. You had to kiss a frog first, though, Susie. You had to be with an, as you call him, an arse, but you had to kiss a few frogs to get him. I say that. He came eventually. At least you got him. Yeah, a lot of frogs. There are a lot of frogs out there, though, wasn't there? You know, let's face it. A lot. And then all the princes are hiding. He was a toxic toad. Oh my god, that's a great one. A toxic toad. That I love that. That's so good. Yeah. That is accurate, I think, to a lot of people. That is brilliant. I love that. I've never heard of that, but that is great. A toxic toad. I love it. I absolutely love. I'm going to use that one now. Like when people say to me, "Oh, I've been through some," I'm going to say, "Look, someone told me they're toxic toads." And I was laughing as well. I had the other day, you know, you're on your time hops. I'm still with my espresso, by the way. But you know, on your time hops on your phone, and it shows you what you posted like 3-4 years ago. I've got a couple of friends who are still single. And it was something along the lines of Mariah Carey is 40-something and her husband is 32. Madonna is 50-something and her boyfriend is 22 or 21. And then Jennifer Lopez is like 40-something and her boyfriend is 21. Don't worry if you're single. He's not born yet. I was in stitches. I was like, how accurate is that? So don't worry. He might not be born. You might have a toy boy. I was laughing. I couldn't stop laughing because all these celebrities like the young ones, don't they? Like these 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds. And yeah, I was laughing my head off, I was. So I said, yeah, it's just not born yet. I'm just changing my charger over to my iPad, guys. Otherwise, I'm going to have... you know, I won't be able to see your chat. Right, I'm just going over that. I'm going to go with the peach. I'm going to grab my peach, if I can find it. And I'm just going to blend in that. I'm going quite hard because I want her fingers to resemble fingers. Okay. We want peach now. We're nearly done with the skin. Do you want me to do the eyes and lips because they don't take long, and then we're done. So we're going to finish our arm off. I'm using peach to blend a little bit because I really want it to, you know, I don't want it to be too light, but then again I don't want it too dark, so. Okay, because they don't take long at all. I'm going to blend this all back in with my light peach, but I want some colour lay down, so, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, and for anyone that watches this back, you know, thanks for sticking with me again. I always say that, because I appreciate it. Because this is patchy, but it will blend in, so don't worry, you know, don't be disheartened, because things do blend. So now I'm going to get my light peach and I'm going to blend all that in. And it helps those lines. I'm going hard. I'm going very hard with my pressure. Fantabulous. I love saying that. Thanking you. Now I need my white. I'm just going to grab my white. I don't want to... There we go. I'm just going to grab here and just blend in with the white now, because I want this bit a bit lighter. Because our hat, well, my hands, I mean, I'm pasty. My hands are quite light. Hey, thank you. That's great. I love hearing things like that. You're still trying to catch your breath. I just read that. Yeah, nappies are a bit stinky, aren't they? Okay, so I think if I zoom out, am I zoomed in? Yeah. If I zoom out a little bit, you can see it here that I'm going to put some black in, but you can see that it's mostly come together now. So I'm going to zoom back in just very quickly, and I'm just going to go just around with black ever so slightly, just around the object. So if you're doing this on a different picture and you haven't got an object, don't worry. If you've got an object, do this around the edging. And it's the same with like the hair, just ever so slightly, a very thin sort of stroke of it. And we will just get this like looking like it's casting a bit of a shadow. So you don't want it too much, but just a little bit. So we just want it, if we zoom out, we just want a little bit of a shadow. So, and then you can get your light peach and just blend that in ever so slightly on that part. You don't need to go around the entire bit, just on this part. So if you're doing it on this picture, then great. You know, if you haven't got, as I said, whatever picture you're doing this, you can apply all these techniques to. So we shall go with our eyes now. I'm going to just get my iPad out of the way for you. I will zoom back in. With the eyes, I generally do these bits, I'll get my words out in a minute, black, and then this will be the coloured area here. And then I will go over this with a fine liner and I will fill that in with a fine liner. And it's the same with my eyebrows. So I think I'm going to go for blues. What do you think? Should I go for blues? I'm going to get polychromos, not polychromos, Prismacolors. So we're sticking with Prismas. I'm not moved for the Prismacolors yet. I don't think I will on this, to be honest. I think I'm going to stick with Prismas. Okay, so I'm going to grab a couple of blues. I'm going to see which blues I fancy. I think I'll go for a light blue. So let's check this one. Right, okay, so I'm going for blue, Mediterranean blue, which is PC1022. Let's just see if that shows. Yeah, and then I need a darker blue. So I'm going to go for, if I can find one, we need a darker one. What about peacock blue? No, I don't like that one. I'm just finding which one I want. I won't be a moment. I don't think I've got all my blues in front of me, or maybe I do. I can't find things when I want them. Okay, so I'm just grabbing my blues, guys. Grabbing them. Maybe we should go for this one. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go for as I said, Mediterranean blue, which is PC1022. And then I'm going to go for Indan Athorn blue, which is PC208. I have no idea how to say that, but there you go. This case, Grace, was Amazon. Do you want me to zoom out to show you? It's just like just one of those flip out ones. It folds out. It's great. It's not too expensive either. It's got a little handle, your zip, and it's quite portable, so it's not like too bulky. Oh really? See, great minds think alike, Laura. Okay, so I'm going to go for my lightest one first, which is the Mediterranean blue. And I'm just going to lay down a light pressure and I fade out to the middle. I do this all the time. I just start my coating down. And then fade it out. And then with my PC208, I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to just corner down and then I'll blend it in with my lighter shade. And then I'm going to grab my lighter shade again and I'm just going to blend that in. And then we've got to put the details and stuff on. And then, this is optional. With my black, I just ever so slightly in the corners down, just darken it up. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. My dog's being naughty again. This is what happens when I'm on a stream for a long time because he just wants my attention. Just 2 seconds. Chip, come on. Out here now. Come on. And he's barking because Andrew's just got in. So we're doing, Andrew, I'm just on the stream. I'm just doing the skin. I'm nearly done. So that was just to blend out with my lighter shade, which is the Mediterranean. Now, with a fine liner of some kind, if you've got a fine liner, I recommend the 0.5s because they're just a good all-rounder one. If you grab your fine liner and fill in your black. Hi, Andrew.
Hello. I'm hungry. I want dinner. Use those crayons to write down my order.
Haha.
I'll start with...
And you can buy me the pro colours if you want. Andrew, shush! I'm on the stream.
I'm going to start...
Andrew! See you later. Now, can I just finish, Andrew, please?
Kefteris to start.
Yeah, okay.
Lobster and
Are you
salad.
hearing this? He wants lobster and salad. I don't know where he's getting this from.
And dessert, I want pancakes.
Yeah, okay. You keep dreaming. They all say, hi, Andrew. Okay, so with the fine liner, you're just going to fill in that. I know, you're listening to his order, like what he wants for food. He's dreaming, isn't he? He doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. You just like tell me your order. No, he's having you on. He's just joking. I know, lobster. What is he thinking? We've never, you know, Grace. In all the years that we've been together, I don't think I've ever cooked lobster. So he's dreaming there. What is for dinner? I have no idea. I haven't. He's got salmon, I think. I've taken salmon out for him, but I don't know what's for me. So with my eye, I need a very, very light shade now. I think I'm going to go with white. I'm just going to grab my white. I'm just going to be careful with your black that you've just put down. So I'm going to do the same on this side. Thank you. Yeah, exactly, Laura. I'm trying to get the pro colours. It's not working though. The whole beans I'll wait for my birthday or Christmas. I'm not, you know, I'll wait. I got the Pablos. I got the Pablos. He bought me those 2 years ago, so he redeemed himself on that one. But if he gets me the pro colours, then yeah, I'll do lobster. Of course I'll do lobster. Sounds like a fair deal, doesn't it? Now I'm getting my PC208, which is the Indanathorn blue, I think is how you say it. I don't know. And same technique. And then I am getting my lighter shade again and just blending that out. We're nearly done, we're nearly done. And then with your white, I'll do it before I put the fine liner down, which would be a great idea, wouldn't it? And then we'll put the fine liner down because we've still got to do our little lines. I never know how to say it though, that blue. You know, it makes me sound like I can't say stuff. But some of the, you got to admit, some of the shades of pencils and stuff are quite hard to pronounce. So with your fine liner, we're nearly done because we've got to just put our little lines into our eyes and then the little sparkly part, and then we're done. We can do the lips. Lips take a moment and that's it. So technically we've done skin, but we're doing eyes and lips as well. Okay, so she's looking a little bit more human-like rather than with big like white parts in her eyes. So with my, let me grab my white. Maybe you bear with me. I think this is my white. Yes, it is. I'm going to make this at a very sharp point. I'm hoping that's dry now. So with me, I just, Andrew, shut that door. I just very lightly draw where I want the line across the eye. And then I've got a guide. And then with my black, you need it quite sharp. So just make sure it's super sharp. I'm just going to very lightly put little lines in, and I'm doing this like super light. This is just like, you know, in your own iris, you've got like little lines. Now I think I can go slightly over that with a very fine, I've got this one guys because it's so fine. It's a Pilot G2, I think it's a 0.7. But it's so thin and they don't come out like thick. So over where you've just done them, just ever so slightly. Don't do this with a thick one, whatever you do, because it just comes out looking very bizarre. So I'm just going over those light lines very lightly, so it's barely visible, but just enough. Now, with the same pen, you need the finest one you have. It's got to be super fine. It's just going over with like a small glaze, like a shine in her eye. So like that. And then with your Uniball Signo or your Posca, if you're talking to me, I'm so sorry if I'm missing it. And then I'm just gonna shine out just ever so slightly. I might want to make that a little bit bigger. And then the same on this side. So, do we like that? Is that looking okay? I might want to darken up those lines a little bit. Just it's just looking a little bit. I think I might want to go a bit bigger with those. get my pen going because my pen just seems to want to go dark. I might have to go over that when it's dry. A Posca might be better, eh? Okay, so with the lips, I'm just going to go with my Nectar, which is PC 1092. You can hear the buggies now. The whole house is alive. Everyone's alive. They're all waking up. Okay, because I just want I want to be natural here. And then I will get my henna. I'm just going to get my henna. See you to anyone that's going. And I'm just going to go very lightly and leave with your lips. You want to leave some that's like a bit of a shine. So we're going to go around the edges a bit darker. But then when you're coming towards the middle, you don't want it to be, you know, too dark because you want some shine and you can blend it in with a bit of light peach. So you can also use a bit of Posca and rub it in, which I'll show you, or a Uniball. So you just want to leave it as much, you know, as much as natural looking as possible. Then I'm just going to grab my Nectar again. Yeah, see you, Tess. Have a great day. And I'm just going to go over where I was. We're nearly done, guys. I won't take up any more of your time, so thanks for sticking with me this long. We're almost there. Just finishing touches. Finish up. And then with my light peach, I'm just going to blend in a little bit. So you've blended that in, but you're going to get your espresso, and where there might be a bit of a shadow going like out here, just ever so slightly, just darken like the lip where it might close with a bit of espresso. So it's got a bit more of a pronounced line. And then with your Posca or a Uniball, just I'm just going to tap in a little bit and then we'll smudge it in a little bit, because you don't want it, you know, too bright, but you do want a bit of a shine like that. So you just smudge it in a little bit because you don't want it too like bright. Yeah, I definitely think so, and thank you, Grace. You just want to make it so it's a little bit, you know, I don't want her to be bright lipped personally. You can do this with lipsticks, but I just want her to be quite natural looking. I'm just going over my dots because my dots seem to not stand out, and just needs a second coat. Because you know when you put the fine liner down, sometimes you need a second coat of the shine. And it's the same with my lines, like because it's got black fine liner, you might need to go over it just once more. So it's just getting your pens going. Like my pens just seem to be a nightmare. Just going over it a bit more. Still very fine. I just want it, that's better. And then, so I'm just going to turn my book slightly. And then we'll do our eyebrows. And then we're done. So, if I zoom out, we'll do our eyebrows, but if I zoom out for you, that's how she's looking. So I'm going to go with a dark brown. I need to get a dark brown, and then we'll wrap up. We shall wrap it up. Melissa, you can. I bet you can. Just take your time, and I guarantee you can do it. I don't, you know, this is what, if you do this step by step, I promise you you'll be able to do it. Promise you. So now for her eyebrows, I'm just going to go down with a base coat of chocolate. I'm going to go for chocolate. And we're just going to pick out, I want to thicken up her eyebrows a bit. So I'm going with small strokes here because I'm going to go over with a black fine, not black fine line, espresso. But I do want her to have thicker eyebrows. So I just want to pick it out with a pencil because I've not decided if I want to go over with a fine liner yet. So now I'm just going to go small strokes to the side, and it's the same here. And we'll pick out with our fine liner what we want to do. So I'm doing it with a pencil first because I can always erase a pencil if I want to. So I think I might do a fine liner. That might have been absolutely pointless. So with a fine liner, if I come in, I'm just gonna, you need a very fine liner here. You don't want to mess this part up, so take your time with it. But you want it to look as natural as possible. So you can take your time and do like an eyebrow. It's the same with this one, I just do small strokes. .5 would be my recommendation, or even thinner. So if we zoom out, we can add a little bit more. You don't want to have bushy eyebrows, but then again, you don't want, like, you know, snake's tongues. They're so small. So just going to thicken that bit up a little bit, and then if you're talking, I'm so sorry. I do want it to be a little bit feathered. Okay, so, and that is more or less what I have done. So I have done her skin. If I bring over we've done her skin, we've done her eyes, her eyebrows, her natural lips, her neck, her arm, and her hand. So on a whole, she is done for now. So that is just like a beginner's one, rather than, you know, it's nothing too complicated, it's nothing special. It is just a beginner's how I do skin and how to shade like the outer. I can take a picture of it for you guys and put it on the Reading Pugs. Kelly, you can do it. Anyone, you can. You're all amazing colourists, you can do it. So thank you for joining me, and thanks for sticking it out all this time. And I'll put this on the group so you can see it as a picture as well. And thank you so much. So thanks Jen as well, because you managed to join a stream, and thanks Kate for joining me and moderating, and thank you all so much. Thanks Nat. Thank you all individually, and I'll speak to you all soon, and have a great evening. Bye.